Okay, so we are in the garage, and it is about time that I kind of just sucked it up and did something about just this mess absolutely everywhere. There's just stuff that's just piled up, and like, this is a fairly decent garage. Like, it was built extremely well, and it wasn't cheap to build, and it's kind of just being used as a rubbish dump right now. As you can see, like, there's no organisation whatsoever. So pretty much the plan is I'm gonna try to clean this bad boy up, because if I don't, there's never going to be a video ever uploaded, because I just cannot wrap my head around doing anything. I mean, look at this pile of mess here. Bearings, pieces of timber, metal, tripod stands, just heaps of things. So basically I need a plan in action, and I need to execute the plan. So we're going to try to at least clean up one section, and then we can go from there. I mean, those toolboxes weren't cheap at all, and they're just kind of just sitting over there. So let's get started. So I think the first thing that I'm probably going to start moving out is these two office chairs. That way I can actually have some room to move things around. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack up all the power tools. Like, there's a drill, there's a router, there's another Bosch orbital sander, a few more tools over here, jigsaw, all these clamps. And then what I think I'm going to do is, I'm not sure if I should move the metal cutting bandsaw, which needs some new bearings, which I can easily order, move it over here and have all the machinery against this wall, or move it all the way over here and have it all there. So that I'm going to figure out. So those chairs got moved out, and it kind of made a little bit more space. There is my tool trolley, which I probably should utilise eventually. This thing has been with me from the beginning, so obviously it just gets used to pile stuff up. Obviously I've got my MIG right there, but maybe once the garage is all clean, what I can do is go back, wipe it all down, and maybe hit it with another coat of gloss red. But much more room now. A few more things will probably get chucked out, like that box cabinet. That stand over here will probably get used. This one over here will probably get used for some sort of machinery. So basically just got to keep on moving forward here. Okay, so I'm kind of stuck now on what to do with these workbenches. So there's 1, 2 there, and obviously the third one over here covered in all sorts of stuff. The set out that I have now, I just want to completely change it. Like, I want to have one wall dedicated for each thing. One wall dedicated for machines, one wall for the toolboxes, and then one for the long workbenches. So I'm going to try to figure out all that, unless I take the workbenches and put them along this wall here, which might actually work, and then it'll kind of free up some space here. So still undecided, because none of those workbenches are the same height as well, and neither is this one here, but that's the main bench. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that one. See what happens, guys, when you let things just kind of pile up. It's an absolute nightmare. I'm going to try to get at least something accomplished, which is becoming quite difficult. Fuck. So what I'm doing is I've got these 3 small tubs and I'm pretty much chucking whatever it is in them just to kind of move them out of the way, just so I can kind of clear this section, because this section here is the worst of the lot. This section here, I know it probably looks a lot worse, but at least everything is there. I know what everything is. All this other stuff on here, I don't know like what to do with it. So it's going in the bins, in the little plastic tubs. They're going to get moved to the side, and then everything's going to get organised out of them. I mean, because look, I mean, there's wires, there's pumps, vacuum accessories, there's even a dictionary in there from like the 90s, a light fitting, some glass cleaner, epoxy. So yeah, so just things like this, these little sponges, in they go. Heaps of little other things. The radio I'll keep. Yeah, like those screws I'll probably throw out. All these pieces, those clamps can go back. I'll sort out that piece or that box. Those Hot Bay Maries, they're worth about probably $30 each. They'll go on the other side. Someone can clean them up. Probably my dad will want to clean them up and maybe give them away or sell them. So yeah, they still work fine, so there's no point of throwing them away. And then we can kind of get to the clutter under here and we can kind of organise what we're going to do with these workbenches. So this thing here is a fan motor that I was going to use for an up and coming project, which I'm still waiting on some parts, but the good thing about it is it's got a little control panel, so you can go from 1, 2 and 3. So yeah, so that's a good thing. I might make a little strip sander out of it. It's already got the plug because it came off a fan. It's already got the little control panel. All I need to do is mount some sort of a little spindle or some sort of a pulley type system on that, made out of wood or something. It's already got mounting holes, so that's one thing. So we're making a little bit of progress slowly. I've got those both workbenches clear and I've just moved all of them into small little tubs for sorting out later. You can see how dirty the floor was. Obviously I haven't used it and swept it in a long time. Some industrial lights which I actually had planned to recondition, but not with those huge 415 volt lights, just some normal 240s and kind of just give them a spruce up. So I'm glad I never threw them away. The workbenches, I've kind of got an idea to do kind of like a concrete top, considering I'd never smash it with a hammer because that's what that workbench is for. But these would be more of just a assembly, or you know, small little maintenance jobs. So I'm going to sweep up the floor and see if I can kind of position these workbenches where I actually want them. I don't know if I want them against that wall going across there, but we'll soon see after the floor's all swept. It's still extremely hot. It's still about 30 degrees in here, and it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So just listening to the radio now, and they said that the heat wave is still going to continue here in Australia. So there seems to be a colony of grasshoppers that are all living in that small little gap. No cockroaches from what I can see, but there's definitely a bunch of crap all over the ground which needs to be cleaned up. Like, I need to degrease this whole bit of wall here. But at least the whole section here is getting cleaned up. So I think that might be it for the day. It's getting pretty hot in here still, and I think it's going to rain, but at least I've got that whole floor section cleaned and somewhat organised. I mean, I've still got to organise all this stuff here. I don't know what I'm going to do with this workbench here. I think I might just pull it apart and just salvage some of the timber, because I really don't need it. That one there at the back, you've seen me fold it up before, but I put it back down and just wheeled it over there. Might be like a sanding station, because it is pretty long and it would suit like a few sanders and grinders. But for now, I guess the positive that I can take out of this is that I came out and got a little bit of work done. Even though there's still a lot to be done, I'm going to go online after I finish editing this video and just kind of look for some ideas. So if anyone ever watches this video, please give it a like or a subscribe. It'll really kind of boost my confidence to kind of get some things done and get back into the YouTube game. So thanks for watching, everyone.